Now I need to.
You look fantastic. She always looks good.
Oh,
Look at this.
look at you. Hello.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Okay, first I have to know this outfit. Can you just tell me what you're wearing?
Okay, well, I'm wearing my Gani wide leg denim that I've been obsessing about on Net-a-Porter forever.
I've noticed the denim collection.
Yes.
God, it's fantastic.
Yes. So anyways, that is what these orange crazy pants are. And then this is actually like or not even a vintage. It's like old limited. It's an old limited, probably with like a ball, those long taffeta skirts or something. It's found in this thrift store. Threw it over just like a white t-shirt and
Love it. It's gorgeous.
keeping it simple. Got sneakers on because I'm in New York. Got to walk around a lot.
I love it. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me. It's so fun to see you.
I'm so glad that we finally got to meet.
Yes.
We've not seen each other in so long.
So long, like 4
Years.
4 years.
It's been years.
3
When
or
you were
4
last
years.
here, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I had one child.
Right.
Now I have
now you have two.
children.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's fantastic,
Crazy.
though. All right, so you're up for vintage shopping today.
I am so excited.
So am I. I'm always up for vintage shopping.
Well, I feel like I'm learning from the master of the New York City
Of the New
area.
York, and I need you to come over to the West Coast.
So you need to come my
can
way,
repeat it.
and I'll take you. But
Absolutely.
yes, I actually haven't done a ton of New York. So
Right.
I'm so excited to go with you and let you show me your ways.
Yes. Ditto for you and the West Coast.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I have to get. I already know, but for the purposes of people who don't know,
Okay.
why did you get into vintage, and what is it about it that you love?
Oh man, why did I get? I don't even remember kind of when it. I think it started happening a little bit when I was kind of growing up and younger. We only really had one access. I lived on a small island in South Carolina, so we just didn't have access to much, like in terms of vintage. But then, honestly, I think the thing that sparked me is Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City, because I had never seen someone dress so quirky and playful, and she would mix vintage in so often, especially in the first few seasons. Majority of what she wore was vintage, and that really, I think, sparked my kind of creative side of like, oh, I could go to a thrift store or vintage shop and find this incredible skirt and then pair it with this amazing current modern top, and then so I think that kind of began the process for me. And then I think as, of course, I've grown up and lived in different places and had access to more, I just love it. It's the thrill of the hunt. It's the feels one of a kind,
yes, and because it is in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
It's like it's
except
not.
that we have the matching sequined vintage
jacket thing.
jacket. You have the blue and I have the red.
Oh, yes, I still have it.
I think I might have parted ways with my
Was yours red?
Yes, red. But it's exactly the same.
Oh my
I remember.
gosh,
I'd be like, that's it.
yeah, I remember that.
So funny.
I love that blue one.
I know. It's
God,
so
I'm so
good.
glad you reminded me. I have to bust that out again. No, I love that so much. No,
But I think it's just, I think too often a vintage piece will then inspire my whole outfit. Like one piece will kind of inspire me. So I feel like that's kind of fun to have this one unique piece and think like, what outfit could I create from it? So
yeah, exactly.
I think I don't know, but I just love it. I can't stop it.
Yeah, I feel that I can't either. I think it's one of those things that I've loved vintage from, I mean, for me, it's probably when I started from when I was back in England.
Yes.
Before I even moved to this country.
Yeah. You guys have like the best.
Yeah, we have really good vintage.
And,
yeah. But although I will say, I think the price points here seem to be really, really lower. Like my best friend Paula, she's coming from London actually tomorrow night. But when she came to New York and I took her to the vintage shops, like the one we're going to, I took her there. She loved it. She was like, God, it's so much cheaper here.
Oh, wow.
London, this will cost way more. So, it seems like it's less expensive. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's less expensive here, which, I mean, is great for us.
Yeah.
But I know that, I was raised by my mum and we didn't have much money, and we loved nothing more than going to local Roman Road Market, street market, on a Saturday morning we would go to all our favorite stores, we would buy stuff on cheap and have a bag of clothes for cost next to nothing.
Right.
And Mum would literally empty the bag on the kitchen table and I'd play dress up with her. And it was like the kitchen was like the little runway for us, and like we just get such a thrill out
from that,
stuff that was so inexpensive, but it sparked my love of style, of fashion. I was so I was buzzed, and it stayed with me ever since.
And actually, it's funny because my mom, I guess that's really what awakened it. Is my mom used to put on this. She was in charge of this massive rummage sale, we called it, where people bring their clothes, and I would get to pick through before all the shoppers came. So there was just piles and piles of clothes, and I remember just getting so many incredible pieces, which I'm so sad I don't have some of those pieces now. But and I had a whole dress up closet that was really just vintage pieces that I didn't realize was vintage then. They were just amazing, and that kind of sparked that idea of playing dress up and having fun.
And I agree, Carrie, Sex and the City. As soon as I saw her, because I loved vintage before that show, but once I saw her, I was like, she's me. She's the white version of Karen. She really is. The way she's like mixing like high and low. Like she'll put Manalos on with the $7 dress. She actually said that line once.
I know. Totally.
And I just thought that is so me. I mean, I could literally frame that quote and put it in my bedroom because that is so who I am, and I think that's how you are as well.
Yeah.
So
except you have a much nicer designer shoe collection than I'll ever have. You have
sorry, that's a terrible weakness, but that's very Carrie.
Yes, it's great. I love it.
She's like, what she say? I'd like my money right where I can see it.
Yeah.
So I literally can see it on the shelf. So what do you think about designers who come out with like, I don't know, I feel like, okay, Gucci comes to mind. I feel like when they got Alessandra and Michelle on board, like everything became vintage inspired.
Right.
They just look like kooky librarians with oversized glasses, cardigans, socks with heels, but it all looks like the girl rummaged around in a flea market and just threw it all on with big specs and then just sent it down the runway. Do you think it's making people appreciate vintage when they see Gucci do it?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm just in love with it all because it's so much of how I love to dress anyway. And so it just kind of is inspirational to see her designer take the way I enjoy dressing and maybe going a little crazier than I would normally go, but I can touch that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely brought. I love the idea of like even with Gucci, some of the pieces that would maybe be considered like grandma and now feel really like relevant and cool, and so that's fun to see. But it is really interesting because I feel like it has affected so many designers because now I see so many of them playing that very quirky personal style expression. But I mean, I personally love it because I love looking at designers and seeing what they're doing and being inspired by that. And then I often really just reinterpret what they're doing using vintage.
And it's so easy to do because a lot of it feels so literal.
Right.
Even Chloe. I feel like Chloe's just like a more romantic boho version of vintage.
Totally.
So it's very, very similar. So do your friends all love vintage as much as you do, or are you like a loner amongst them all, really?
I'm mostly a loner.
Yeah.
I have a few friends who love it too, but not a ton of my tight girls that I run with. But I will say I am the go-to girl if you ever have a party or anything. Everyone always comes over to my house and borrows clothes for everything, for weddings and parties and everything.
You're their go-to stylist.
Yeah, so it's really fun because I save so many of my pieces, especially dresses. Because I can't get rid of them.
I know.
And they're amazing, and so I just loan them out all the time, and that makes me really happy, actually. I love it, because then it brings new life to somebody else. So.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
I love it. So one thing I've noticed, and I am similar, but I wanted to find out for sure, is when you travel places or go places, do you feel like you always kind of hunt down any local vintage shops or thrift? Do you like to kind of go different places and find treasures in other places?
Yes.
Do you have any favorite places that you've gone that are like little hubs for you?
You talking about like in New York in general, or just anywhere?
Yeah,
just anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, New York is such a microcosm anyway of the world because it's so multicultural that anywhere new that I am in New York, and if I walk past anything that's remotely vintage or even secondhand or thrift, I'm going in. It doesn't matter. If I don't, especially if I don't know it, I'm going to go in, because that to me is, like you said, the thrill of the hunt. And some of my best places are the most unexpected spots. So I'm going to go in, and that's why I love vintage and thrift so much, because you don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes I just walk out empty-handed, but you don't know until you've gone in. But because you can score so much amazing things sometimes, even just one thing, it's worth the 10 times you go into places. Question for you, shop alone or shop with a friend?
Mostly shop alone, unless I'm with someone like you who enjoys it just as much as I do. Because I feel like you've got my brain like bored. I'm like,
who's like, oh, this is vintage.
Sorry guys, sorry.
Do I have to dry clean it? You know, it's like, oh no, this is the wrong person. They don't understand.
So I don't usually even invite anybody that's not in it with me, like the same way. Though sometimes there's a little bit of the like, what if we both found something
the same thing?
Yes, and it's so hard to be like, you know,
and we're like a similar-ish height-ish, so it's like, well, if that happens today,
I know, it's okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's a good question. What is your, you can't stop buying it, like this, the kind of like category? Like, what do you always end up buying?
That's a good one. I always go straight. I always look at the bags in vintage shops. I love a good vintage bag. And then I always look at the dresses, and nowadays, although I think I've always been this way, I've always looked at the jeans. If I find like they got a whole section of vintage Levi's, I'm guaranteed I'm going to go through them. Because I can't have enough of those.
They're so good. I can't, which this is ridiculous because I live on the West Coast, but I have an addiction to buying outerwear. Like incredible vintage jackets and blazers and all of it, and we get very few months that I could maybe wear some of them. So I'm always like, oh, when I go to New York, I could wear this big, amazing coat, but I don't come here enough. Good dress, just like a vintage dress, like any, even if I have no reason for it, I'm still buying. Even if it's
me too.
Like a ruffled taffeta pink prom dress.
Carrie,
I'm going to buy it. I don't care. I have to have it. You never know when you get to wear it.
Dresses. Absolutely. Okay, so this is going to be fun. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Okay, so we are here.
We're here, No Relation Vintage.
This is where I'm taking it. I told you guys about this place before in one of my vintage videos, which I'll link below if you haven't seen it. But look, it's here. This is where we're going. Okay, let's go. So excited!
We'll have our cameras.
Oh my god, my battery's low.
Oh no!
Oh, thank God for iPhones. What have you found? You got a pair of shorts?
These, I feel like I could do that, maybe crossover.
Oh yeah, if they're a bit oversized.
I kind of been wanting like a pair of oversized. Here we go. Looks like found a cool vintage tee.
Oh, it's hanging on to it for dear life. Wow.
More dresses.
More stuff. Now the thing is, I look at the material. That's really what makes me start going through stuff like this when there's so much of it, and I just want to look very sort of quickly. Ooh, here's a slip dress. Slip dresses are always a good idea. I like that. Now you'd initially think no, right? Because it's so see-through at the top. But you can lay this over a t-shirt, over a bodysuit, or you can double up with 2 slip dresses.
I
want to get your skin. It fits.
Like, cut it. It would be so cute, huh?
I love it. I actually like it with your trainers. No, I love this look altogether. Yes.
Now I need a selfie.
I usually do elasticated waist because it always makes you look bigger than you are. So, do I keep the skirt or do I not keep the skirt?
Suck it in.
So I need someone to shop with sometimes. Alright, you're done.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I just found these denim Levi shorts, high-waisted. I quite like them. You're going to keep this shirt. Just love the design on it. I love the colours. Thought it was really pretty. So yeah. Hey, this simple sort of vintage-inspired or vintage-looking red shirt. This would look good just tied at the waist with like high-waisted jeans, skirts, midi skirts. I can really see that looking good. Just like the daisy print one that you lot love. And then this is gorgeous. Look at the print on this. It's just perfect. The colours, very retro. The yellow with that green. Same reason. I might even cut it shorter where it's a cropped version instead. And I love, look at that on the back. I love stuff like that. And then just a pair of high-waisted Levi jeans shorts, which you can never go wrong with. I'm going to take this scarf, which is so cool. Look at this. Look at this scarf. How can I not take this? This is so cool. It just reminds you of Cuba, right? The colours on it. How would you wear that? I'm probably going to different ways. Either on a bag, any of my bags, all right? So that's going to look really good. Also around my neck, no, different ways. I could tie it one side, I could tie it at the back. Your wrist is another way you could do. So, and if you've got an oversized one, this is not oversized, but if you do have one, you could actually wear it as a top.
Yeah.
And then just tie it at the back so it just looks like a strapless top.
I love it.
For an oversized one. Okay, so we are done. We just left. Done. We did get some stuff.
A few things.
So you have to check out BJonesStyle, linked below.
Thank you.
You need to check out the other half of this whole episode that's gone down today.
Yay.
Brilliant stylist, amazing friend.
Right back
so
at ya.
Cool. Great vintage style. So if you like vintage like I do, you're gonna fall in. You have to subscribe to her. You'll love her style. All right.
Let me do my little.
We found some really good stuff, and you have to check out BJonesStyle. Check out her YouTube channel. She will show you the other part of this whole episode. Yeah. See what she got there. So I'll link her video below so you can catch it. And you must follow her channel. I'm serious. I mean, I know people always say that when they do collaborations, but I actually really do. I mean it wholeheartedly. And her style, as you can see. Look. See? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.